That's why I said go back down.
Through that.
I did not. I did not. No, I did not.
Where's Dennis seat?
Let's call the Monday, August 7th, 2023 meeting of the Dalton City Council to order. Mr. Parker will lead us in the pledge.
Pledge allegiance to the
To
flag.
the flag of the United States of America,
To the republic for which it
which
stands.
stands one nation, under God, indivisible, justice for all.
Shouldn't say the pledge, Dennis, because you screw everybody up because you're coming behind everybody.
Had no idea.
Yeah, you're behind everybody. So you're gonna have
Okay.
to say it before us is what the agenda's before you. Any additions, corrections, deletions? Do I hear a motion?
Motion.
Motion by Mr. Goodlet, second by Mr. Mock. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All
Aye.
opposed, like sign. Public, nothing from the public. Minutes of the council meeting of July 17th, 2023 are before you. Any additions, corrections, deletions?
Move we approve.
Motion by Mr. Farah,
Second.
second by Mr. Goodlet. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Like sign. New business number 2, resolution 23-16, a resolution of the mayor and council of the city of Dalton, Georgia, urging the United States Food and Drug Administration to prioritize and increase enforcement actions against manufacturers and retailers of illegal disposable nicotine vapor products in kid-friendly flavors and for other purposes. You saying we have to vote on this?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And,
Motion. I'll make a motion.
motion by Mr. Goodlet, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Farah. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, like sign. Number 3, resolution 23-17, property donation from the Humane Society of Northwest Georgia.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. As you might recall from the Finance Committee meeting a couple of months ago, the Humane Society of Northwest Georgia had received a land donation in between Fraser Drive and J&J Drive following the development of the detached residential homes on the street. They were about to take that remaining undeveloped tract to the market. And we approached them about donating the property to the city because it is low lying and has a lot of stormwater issues. Their board 2 weeks ago voted to make that donation to the city. It's 4.9 acres, and the city can use it for green space or a park, dog park, or for other public uses. There's no deed covenants, but the resolution just says for public uses. So we would recommend from a staff standpoint to do this so that the property is not developed and then property owners are faced with drainage problems.
Any questions? Any questions, Dennis?
No, motion to approve.
Motion by Mr. Mock, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Farah. All in favor, say aye. All
Aye.
opposed, like sign. Number 4, demolition agreement and easement for 911 Market Street.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I'll explain both of these at the same time. We have 2 different addresses, same property owner, but 2 different locations where our code enforcement staff has identified abandoned signs as defined under city code section 6.3, which says that a sign is considered abandoned after 90 days of lapse use. And we've sent out notification letters. This particular property owner has reached out to the city to potentially assist them with a voluntary abatement agreement in lieu of the city pursuing this matter through court proceedings, since the property owner is not equipped to remove these quickly. And so what's before you tonight are 2 separate agreements, one for 911 Market Street, which is the former Super 8 high-rise signs. There are actually 2 that you can see in that left-hand photo. And then 3 signs at the former Dairy Queen tract, a high-rise sign and 2 ground-mounted signs. This agreement, again, tracks very closely to our residential demolition program, whereby the property owner will reimburse the city for any direct expenses like crane rental, things of that nature.
Any questions? There a motion?
Motion.
Motion by Mr. Goodlet, second by Mr. Mock. All in favor, say aye. All opposed, like sign. Number 5, demolition agreement and easement for 937 Market Street.
Yes, sir, Mr. Mayor. That's again just a similar agreement for a different set of signs that I showed the pictures of.
Motion.
Motion by Mr. Mock, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Farrell. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, like sign. Number 6, Georgia Power Distribution Tree Trim Clearing Easement Request at Knob North Golf Course.
Yes, good evening. This easement is requested through Georgia Power. They're requesting an easement to allow them to come into Nom North and complete tree trimming of existing trees that impede within the 20 feet of the power lines that are located at Nom North Golf Course. The objective of this effort is to increase the reliability of power in the area. It's a permanent easement. Any work that's going to be conducted will be communicated and scheduled with myself and Cody Cross, the golf course superintendent. There will be a one-time payment to Nom North of $14,931. This has been in works for a few months and it's been presented to the Rec Commission multiple times, and both times it's had a positive recommendation.
Any questions?
Motion to approve.
Motion by Mr. Mock, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Goodlet. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, like sign. Number 7, mill line change order number 1.
Yes, so the second item to present to you is there's an existing pipe along the mill line path that needs a manhole inlet. The manhole inlet's crucial along a path like this to ensure proper drainage to prevent potential hazards caused by water accumulation. The inlet serves as an access point for underground drainage system. It allows for maintenance inspections and facilitate the movement of water. And it should help with the longevity of the path. The funds for this will come from the 2020 bond proceeds. It's going to cost us $12,987.12. And this has been presented to the Rec Commission and comes with a positive recommendation.
Why don't you go ahead and
Motion
do
to approve.
let's hang on a second now, Dennis. Let's go ahead and
Okay.
do number 8 at the same time. Same thing, isn't it?
It's similar, yes. So
Yeah.
proof rolling was conducted for the trail on July 24th, and the proof rolling test area failed, which indicated weaknesses in the subgrades and base materials. The contractor has suggested that we move forward with soil cement. By adding the soil cement to this path, it will significantly enhance the path's durability and longevity. It will create a compacted solid surface. It can withstand heavy traffic. Probably be very helpful through the construction process too with heavy equipment. It will minimize the need for frequent repairs and maintenance, and hopefully will just help with longevity of the path. The cost of this is $327,723.55. It will come from the 2020 bond proceeds, and this has also been presented to the Rec Commission and comes with a positive recommendation.
Mayor and council members, if I could call your attention to some of the photos. The photo on the left, as you see where the proof roll test failed. And what that is we take a loaded tandem dump truck and run it across the subgrade, and you're not supposed to be able to see any ruts like that. So there's several spots that are isolated issues. So as a safe insurance policy, so that we're not having failures of the trail in other locations, that's why we recommend to go ahead and soil cement this entire project limits, which is what's included in this change order.
Any questions? This is on
Motion.
both of them, 7 and 8. Motion by Mr. Mock, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Farrell. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, like sign. Number 9, agreement with KRH Architects for Heritage Point Park Synthetic Turf Infill Project.
Yes, thank you. The last item I have to present to you guys is, as you're aware, we were awarded a grant not too long ago to install synthetic turf at our Heritage Point complex. We have engaged KRH Architects to assist us with the design of the project and to help facilitate the procurement process. The cost is 6% of the owner's budget of the cost of work as calculated in the contract.
So,
And the funding will come through the grant
okay.
for this.
Any other questions? Your motion?
Motion.
Motion by Mr. Farris, second by Mr. Mock. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, like sign. Number 10, corrective action plan and permanent drainage easement for 1,000 East Lakeshore Drive.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor and Council. Our public works leaders are in training this week, so I'll take this one. You might recall a couple years ago, we commissioned Arcadis to assess and catalog the private property flooding and stormwater damage to properties throughout the city that were off the right of way. And about 30 properties were identified to have known problems. Since that time, we've had many projects either commissioned, already started, or in the engineering phase to address many of these concerns. And one of those on that list is at or near 1000 East Lakeshore Drive, which is at the kind of the headwaters of the old Thread Mill Lake, where we've got flooding occurring in the right of way of East Lakeshore Drive. That's primarily driven by the condition of the downstream pipe. There's about 220 feet of deteriorated 24-inch corrugated metal pipe that has blockages, and the pipe is just to the point where it's collapsing. And the corrective action plan presented for your consideration this evening is to replace that pipe in concert with the participation of the property owner to grant the city a permanent drainage easement, which is what our city code section 96.1 requires anytime we're considering work that's outside the limits of the right of way. So this has been reviewed at the last Public Works Committee meeting and comes with a positive recommendation.
What's the cost?
We're going to do this with our in-house forces, so there will be no contract. It'll just be the cost of the pipe.
Okay. Any questions? Your motion?
So moved.
Motion.
Mr. Goodlet, second by Mr. Mock. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, like sign. There being no supplemental business, I'll